Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about congruent polygons. So what do we know the word congruent means, or what is the symbol for congruent? It's going to be the an equal sign, not two equal signs, an equal sign with the little squiggly up top. And now the equal sign, what you didn't know, is for the same size, and the squiggly is for the same shape. So congruent polygons are the same size and the same shape. And because of that, they have congruent corresponding sides and angles. Write that down, please. So right up top, we have this right here. It's called a congruent statement. This congruent statement lets us know what goes with what. So I'm going to rewrite it CPE and JTB. And order matters, so everything goes in orders. If triangle CPE is congruent to triangle JTB, C and J are congruent, P and T are congruent, and E and B are congruent. So angle C corresponds to angle J. Draw an arc. They are congruent. Angle E corresponds to angle, what does E go with? Angle B. So a lot of the times we're not even going to look at the pictures, because you see how this is like turned around. And then last but not least, P is congruent to angle T. You're going to want to look at the congruent statement, because that is going to tell you everything you need to know. Alright, let's do that again with example 2. And I don't know why there's a triangle on that one. ACYD is congruent to XTSU. So do you see how this picture is flipped and all that? So instead of even looking at that, I'm just going to write ACYD is congruent to XTSU. So then I don't even have to look at the picture. I'm looking at this statement right here. What goes with AC? XT. And draw a line above. Side AC goes with XT. What goes with YD? YD is down here, these two. What goes with it? SU. And then you can finish the rest. Order matters, so depending on the order, you have to do the right order. CY goes with. Alright, finish the rest and then look up when you are done. Alright, another thing that you can do, another strategy that you can use, ACYD, you can put the other letters right next to them in the picture. So this goes A to C to Y to D. So then I can write an X, a T, an S, and a U. And that's another strategy that you can do to make sure you're writing the correct letters. Alright. Next one. It says ACB, triangle ACB is congruent to DFE. So ACB, DFE. And then I'm going to match them. A, triangle A, what goes with A? D. I don't know what's in the middle, but this one ends on F. Well, what goes with F? So this one's going to end with C, and what letters are we missing? B, E. Angle B, what goes with angle B? Angle E. I would like you to finish 3 through 8 now. Go. All right, number 3 starts with B. What goes with B? So this side is going to start with E. And then next is D. What goes with D? In the middle we have A. And then last we have C and F. Make sure if it's a side, it has the line above. If it's an angle, you put an angle symbol. Is ARH congruent to MKB? A to R to H, is that congruent to M, K to B? That is true. What about HAR? HAR, is that congruent to BKM? No, because A does not go with K. A goes with M. So this one is false. All right, last 2. For the following problems, we have hexagon orange is congruent to fruity. So over here, I'm going to write ORANGEFRUITY. Now, if you look at this, what is different here than the other ones? Look at all my other ones on the front. What do you notice I have on all of them? Verse here, look at question 9, 10. What's different about 9 and 10 verse 11 and 12? The equal sign. If you have an equal sign, your answer should be a number. I am asking for a measurement. I want a value. So O equals, well, O goes with angle F. And what is angle F? 85 degrees. So if you have an equal sign, I want a number. NG. NG goes with IT. What is IT? 30 inches. And if you forget degrees and inches, I will count a point off. RAN. RAN goes with, and do you see how this is a congruent sign? Your congruent side, you need to write letters or a letter. So RAN goes with angle RUI. And again, like I said before, you could also, instead of leaving it like this, you could write the letters on the picture. OE, what matches O and E? FY with a line above it. Because it's congruent, we're writing letters. If it were equal, then we would go figure out what FY was and write the number. All right, I'm going to give you a minute to do 13 through 16. Be careful, you're not looking at the pictures. So I wrote TIM is HER. I'm also going to write it on here. H is T, I is E, M is R. So what is angle I equal? The measure of angle I. That means I need an equal, I need a number. I goes with E. What does E equal? 32 degrees. Do you see how if you didn't look at the congruent statement, you might have thought T and E go together? You have to look at the statement. Angle T goes with what? H. Well, there's nothing here, but I do know M, or R, is 79 degrees. So how do I find angle H right here? Add them together, 79 plus 32. And then subtract from 180. What is 180 minus 111? 69 degrees. So that was 69 degrees. MT goes with RH, which is 5 centimeters. And what about IM? And it's a congruent sign. So because it's a congruent sign, I want letters. So IM goes with ER. IM goes with ER. Questions? All right. You are going to glue this onto page 30. You are just going to fold it right here and glue. Congruent polygons, congruent figures, whatever you want to name it. Sorry. Glue this onto page 30. And then you have an assignment in Schoology called Worksheet 2. An assignment in Schoology called Worksheet 2. That's it for today. It's called Congruent Polygons, Worksheet 2. Get that done before class tomorrow. Thank you.